Imagine, if you will, two neighboring countries nestled side by side. These countries reside in the heart of Southeast Asia, a region known for its rich tapestry of cultures and landscapes. One is Thailand, a land celebrated for its vibrant cities, bustling markets, and a modern spirit that embraces the future. It's also known for its breathtaking golden temples, shimmering under the tropical sun, testaments to a deeply rooted spiritual heritage. The other is Cambodia, a nation with a serene beauty. It's a place that serves as home to ancient wonders like the magnificent Angkor Wat, a symbol of a glorious past. Their shared border is more than just a line drawn on a map. It's a dynamic meeting point where cultures intertwine, histories converge, and people connect. It's a place of constant exchange and interaction. For centuries, Cambodians and Thais have engaged in trade, exchanging goods and ideas. They've shared customs, traditions passed down through generations, creating a shared cultural identity. They have even worshipped at the same sacred sites, finding common ground in their spiritual beliefs. Their languages, though distinct, carry echoes of shared linguistic roots. Their art, with its intricate details and symbolic representations, tells stories of shared heritage. And their music, with its unique melodies and rhythms, reflects this deep and enduring connection. Yet, like many neighbors around the world, their relationship has been marked by periods of cooperation, but also at times by conflict and disagreement. The most sensitive disputes have often centered on the ownership and control of land, and the precise demarcation of their shared borders. These issues are deeply rooted in a complex and intertwined history that stretches back centuries. Therefore, understanding their intricate relationship is absolutely key to understanding the dynamics of Southeast Asia as a whole. The story of Cambodia and Thailand serves as a powerful reminder to us all. It highlights that borders are not just static lines, but rather living, breathing spaces where the past and the future are constantly colliding, shaping the present and influencing generations to come. Perched atop the Dangrek Mountains, Preah Vihear Temple is a stunning relic of the ancient Khmer Empire. Its location, right on the edge of the Cambodia-Thailand border, has made it a symbol of national pride for both countries. Thailand calls it Preah Vihear, and both nations feel a deep spiritual and historical connection to the site. The dispute over its ownership dates back to colonial-era treaties and ambiguous borders. For Cambodians, it's a link to their glorious past. For Thais, it's a cherished part of their heritage. This emotional attachment on both sides turned the temple into a flashpoint for national honor. The question of who truly owns Preah Vihear has fueled decades of tension. The Preah Vihear dispute, a long-standing contention over an ancient temple, eventually reached the International Court of Justice in 1962. This marked a pivotal moment in the conflict, as both Cambodia and Thailand sought a definitive resolution through international law. After careful deliberation and review of historical evidence, the court issued its ruling, declaring that the temple itself belonged to Cambodia. This decision was based on the court's interpretation of treaties and maps from the colonial era. While Cambodians celebrated this victory, viewing it as a rightful reclamation of their cultural heritage, many Thais felt a deep sense of loss and injustice. The ruling stirred up nationalist sentiments and a feeling that their historical claims had been disregarded. The court's decision definitively clarified the temple's ownership, settling a key point of contention between the two nations. However, the ruling was not comprehensive, and it left the surrounding land in legal limbo. The precise boundaries of the territory around the temple remained unclear, creating a fertile ground for future disputes. As a result, tensions simmered for years along the border, with both sides claiming rights to the area surrounding Preah Vihear. These underlying tensions eventually reignited in 2008, bringing the conflict back into the international spotlight. The catalyst for this resurgence was Cambodia's successful bid to secure UNESCO World Heritage status for the temple, a move that further inflamed nationalist sentiments in Thailand. Many in Thailand saw this UNESCO designation as a direct threat to their own claims in the area, perceiving it as an attempt to solidify Cambodian control over the disputed territory. This perception sparked widespread protests across Thailand, with demonstrators demanding government action to protect what they considered Thai land. The situation quickly escalated, leading to military buildups on both sides of the border as each nation sought to assert its sovereignty. In the midst of this escalating crisis, old colonial maps resurfaced, becoming central to the arguments of both sides. The border dispute rapidly escalated from a political debate over heritage and sovereignty to a tense military standoff, raising fears of armed conflict. Soldiers from both Cambodia and Thailand faced off across a narrow strip of contested land, their presence a stark reminder of the unresolved issues and the potential for violence. The world watched anxiously as the situation unfolded, with international media outlets providing extensive coverage of the escalating tensions. The ambiguity of old maps coupled with the unresolved nature of the borders created a volatile situation, setting the stage for a potentially dangerous confrontation. The past, with its colonial legacies and unresolved disputes, was no longer just history. It had become a present-day crisis, threatening the stability of the region and highlighting the enduring impact of historical grievances. In February 2011, the fragile peace shattered as gunfire and artillery erupted around Preah Vihear. The ancient temple, a symbol of heritage, was damaged by shelling, drawing international outrage. The violence quickly spread to other disputed border areas, with both sides suffering casualties. Ceasefires were called and broken as the conflict threatened to spiral out of control. The world's attention turned to the destruction of a UNESCO World Heritage Site and the risk of a wider war. The shelling of Preah Vihear marked a turning point. Words had failed, and war had taken their place. The conflict was no longer about maps. It was about survival, pride, and the cost of unresolved history. The battle left scars on both nations and their shared heritage. As soldiers clashed, it was the border communities who suffered most. Thousands fled their homes, becoming refugees overnight, leaving behind everything they knew. Life in evacuation camps was harsh, crowded, uncertain, and filled with fear. Children's education was disrupted, and families faced an uncertain future. The conflict tore apart communities that once traded and lived together peacefully. Trust vanished, and neighbors became strangers across new checkpoints. Even after the fighting stopped, unexploded ordnance and economic hardship lingered. The deepest wounds were emotional: fear, loss, and trauma that would take years to heal. The true cost of the conflict was measured in human suffering, not territory. With violence escalating, Cambodia returned to the International Court of Justice, seeking clarity on the land around Preah Vihear. In 2013, the court ruled that Cambodia had sovereignty over the temple and its surrounding promontory, ordering Thai troops to withdraw. Both governments pledged to respect the decision, determined to avoid further bloodshed. The ruling provided a clear legal framework for peace and demilitarization. While some nationalists on both sides were unhappy, leaders prioritized stability and cooperation. The court's decision shifted the conflict from the battlefield to the negotiating table. It didn't erase mistrust overnight, but it offered a foundation for a peaceful future. The verdict marked a turning point. Law, not war, would shape the border. Since the International Court of Justice's ruling, a significant turning point was reached. This ruling provided a framework for resolving the dispute, setting the stage for a new era of diplomacy and cooperation. Cambodia and Thailand have since embarked on a journey to rebuild trust and foster cooperation. High-level meetings, diplomatic exchanges, and open channels of communication have become the norm, replacing past tensions with a commitment to mutual understanding. As a sign of goodwill and commitment to de-escalation, troops have withdrawn from the immediate border area. The dismantling of military posts symbolizes a shift away from confrontation and towards peaceful coexistence. The border is slowly reopening, breathing new life into trade and tourism. Local markets are bustling once again, and tourists are venturing across the border, eager to explore the shared cultural heritage of both nations. The focus has shifted from conflict and territorial disputes to the recognition and celebration of shared heritage. Preah Vihear, once a symbol of contention, is now viewed as a testament to the intertwined history of Cambodia and Thailand. Both sides are actively exploring joint development projects in the temple area, aiming to harness its cultural and economic potential for the benefit of both nations. This collaborative approach signifies a commitment to shared prosperity. True reconciliation is a gradual process that takes time, patience, and unwavering commitment. It requires addressing past grievances, fostering empathy, and building bridges of understanding. Education and cultural exchange programs play a vital role in shaping perceptions and fostering mutual respect. These initiatives provide opportunities for people from both countries to learn about each other's cultures, traditions, and perspectives. These programs are helping younger generations see each other not as rivals or adversaries, but as neighbors, friends, and partners in building a brighter future. The scars of conflict remain visible, serving as a reminder of the human cost of war and the importance of preventing future conflicts. Memorial sites and historical landmarks stand as silent witnesses to the past. Despite the challenges, hope is growing, fueled by the determination of both nations to forge a peaceful and prosperous future. The story of Preah Vihear is a powerful lesson, illustrating how history, if left unaddressed, can divide communities and nations, but also how shared cultural heritage can serve as a bridge to unite them. By choosing the path of dialogue, embracing peaceful negotiations, and respecting international law, Cambodia and Thailand are actively building a new chapter in their relationship, one that is firmly based on mutual respect, genuine partnership, and a shared vision for regional stability and prosperity. Their ongoing journey serves as an inspiring example, demonstrating that even the most deeply entrenched and difficult histories can ultimately lead to a future of peace and cooperation, but only if both sides are willing to set aside past grievances and walk forward together, hand in hand, towards a shared and brighter destiny.